Good evening. Welcome back to St. Peter's Lutheran Church. My name is Sean Barrett. I'm glad you could join us for our Midweek Devotional. This week, I'd like to look forward to this coming Sunday. As you can see behind me, the Altar Guild has already been here and has the sanctuary all set for Pentecost. They have it all decked out in red. And Pentecost in the church is when we celebrate the arrival of the Holy Spirit in the church. I'd like to read from Acts chapter 2 as we hear an account of the original day of Pentecost in the church. When the day of Pentecost had come, the disciples were all together in one place, and suddenly from heaven there came a sound like the rush of a violent wind. And it filled the entire house where they were sitting. Divided tongues as a fire appeared among them, and a tongue rested on each of them. All of them were filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in other languages as the Spirit gave them ability. So many times we think of the Holy Spirit and get stuck in our thought process. We may only think of the Holy Spirit in terms of how the Spirit is described at the baptism of Jesus. The Spirit comes on Jesus like a dove, very gentle, kind of floating down from heaven. We may think of the Spirit as a gentle breeze, but here in the book of Acts, the Spirit is described as a rushing wind. The Spirit rests on them as tongues of fire. Those are different images than we usually think of the Holy Spirit. And I think of the Holy Spirit as a rushing wind, like a tornado. The sound of a freight train in that house, the power that came. And that Holy Spirit still moves through the church today. The Holy Spirit's been moving through St. Peter's for many years now. And this coming Sunday, the Vision team is going to begin introducing you to the work that they have recently completed on a vision for ministry here at St. Peter's. This vision is intended to take us through the next 5 to 7 years of ministry together. And I don't want to talk too much about it because you'll hear more about it this Sunday, but we are excited to share with you some new ways of doing things here at St. Peter's. I do want to share with you that we are introducing 5 ministry teams going forward to help with facilitating the Holy Spirit's blowing through St. Peter's. We're going to introduce a facilities team to dream dreams about how we might better use our property for the sake of the gospel. We'll be introducing a tech team so we can further enhance things like what you're watching, this online video. We'll be introducing a visitation team. One thing we heard over and over again was how lonely people have been during this time of COVID and isolation. We want to meet that need and make sure people know how much they are loved. We'll be introducing an outreach team to look at new and innovative ways to do new outreach and complement our existing outreach ministries. And finally, we will be introducing a growth team that will intentionally work on growth, numerically, spiritually, in every way. These are teams because one thing we know from Pentecost is that the Holy Spirit comes on all of the disciples. Doesn't just come on the ones who go to seminary or the ones who are ordained, or sometimes I wear a collar. Doesn't just come on people who wear a clergy collar. It comes on all disciples. And so you, if as a baptized child of God, you have been given the Holy Spirit. You are empowered for ministry. That is a powerful and wonderful gift to have. The Holy Spirit is working in you to love your neighbor and to bring them to the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I hope you're having a great week, and I hope you can join us this Sunday to hear more about how we are moving forward into the future together here at St. Peter's. God bless, and I hope you have a wonderful week.